boom, he does that. He goes here, he rests. He goes kill the 6-drop. I go, I get. And then he goes, okay, I have rested. Boom. He goes, here he comes. 8-drop. And I was like, sheesh. Alright guys, so today I have a match here for you, which is Lancelot versus Kaiju number 8. This is me versus Wobble. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of commentate through this. It's just a short video. I think it was an interesting battle, and I felt that it would be something different for the channel, right? So as you see, we're just shuffling up here. Nothing crazy, setting up life. Just getting it started. If you guys would like to see more battle videos like this, just leave a comment down below and we'll try to do more stuff like this, of course. So yeah, and we're kind of just about to kick it up underway here. I believe I start. I do. And boom, that just very simple, you know. Play the 0-drop Suzaku. I pass turn to him. It was a fun match, so I definitely forgot to tap AP now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, he's playing Kaiju, so a couple of Kafkas here. Nothing too serious. I always say that the first couple of like seconds of a match, or like first couple of turns, you're not really doing much, right? You're either going wide or going aggressive, and that's kind of what I do here. As you see, I draw one, drop one. Now, here I dropped the final, which later on I ended up needing, but what can you do, right? And then you tap and you play the Cecile, and yeah, that's it. So I'm producing 4 energy, and I believe at this point in the game, Wobble was like, you're generating pretty heavy. He plays out a Reno, a Kikaru. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. We're both playing green decks, so we're both kind of like ramping. Forgive if you guys hear any coughs or anything like that. I'm a little under the weather with it snowing here in New York, so forgive me. You see the non-only play. I pushed up aggressively, and he was like, whoa. He's like, you're gonna tap yourself out of energy, but I went non-only, boom. And then bingo, now I'm at 8 in the back, just like that, right? It took me my whole turn to reset up, but that's fine. I just wanted to do a little more aggressive. And boom, right? Anybody who tells you you can't be aggressive with Lance is incorrect. I would say that this is ultimately the first starting play of Lance. You always want to kind of like, you know, push up a little, see what you could do in terms of damage. That way when Lancelot drops down, it seems more detrimental, seems more lethal. He does the same. He's like, hey, you pushed up little bodies, I'm gonna push up little bodies, and we're just gonna have an all-out fight. He tapped to generate some energy with Reno. So Reno's now generating 2, he's got 4, he's got 6. And I was like, here comes the 6-drop. Right, because you kind of like sensed it. There was like a tell that he needed to get to 6. And so I was like, yep, 6-drop's coming for sure. And I see him play this, and I'm like, okay, is he debating playing the 6-drop? And then boom, there it is. And he decides to kill the Suzaku raid target with it. He's like, yeah, just kill the Suzaku. He's like, you know, he's like, simple, nothing crazy. He swings with it. I go, it's 4K, I'll take it. So I take the first one, boom, it's Cornelia. I'll take the second one, and boom. It's a Lancelot raid out of life. We bring it forward, and we just pop the Kaiju. Now, he was like, you hurt your energy by doing that, but I had my reasons for why I did it. I know that I had another double energy producer. So it didn't matter that I lost the double energy production, and the non-onlys aren't producing too, because all I got to do is play one card down and they're back up and running, right? So with that knowledge, I already knew, boom, play this. Now, what I should have done here was I should have pushed one of the non-onlys up and been a little more aggressive. I didn't. I chose to go for the 6-drop route, which isn't bad. It applies pressure, right? But it is what it is. I really feel like I should have pushed up one of the non-onlys because I did have another double energy. He unfortunately hits the special and takes the 8-drop apart, which was really sad because the 8-drop didn't get to work. That's kind of like the backfire of Lance, right? It's like, all right, so, you know, you did damage 2, but now there's 2 cards coming out instead of 1, and it's more likely that you'll see a special out of it rather than, you know, normally. So Wobble kind of like pushes up here. He decides to get a little more aggressive, or he was deciding, I think, I believe. So he said he wanted an AP draw first, and since this was a fun match, we took it back. He pushes up. Then he's deciding what to do here, I believe. Because the struggle that he was having, he told me after the match, was that he wasn't seeing any kaijus. The kaiju he dished out, and the 6-drop and 8-drop that I dished out were the only big bodies we've seen. So we were both having a fight on who can see their units first, right? Or their big bodies, and it wins the game, essentially. And so he's just doing a little digging here, I believe. Yeah, and he's just doing some digging, trying to get to the bodies, you know, that he needs. Nothing too crazy, nothing special. He swaps, and he's like, all right, I have 2 4Ks. And so he goes for the 4K swing. I go, I got the 5 body, block it. He goes 4K, I go take it. I should have blocked this one, but I didn't. What I was thinking here was, all right, I haven't seen a body. I was like, I'm bases loaded, and like if I take life, I'll see a unit out of it, but I didn't. It's unfortunate, but we were doing some digging, both of us. Like, we were both digging for big bodies. As you see, it's just the game of little bodies versus little bodies. There wasn't much going on in the game, sadly, right? So we were both just trying to see, hey, who can get to what body first and win. And so my turn starts. I AP draw because I'm still digging, and I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do, right? And I push up non-only, which he goes, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. And I second push, and I just decided to get a little more aggressive because he was hitting me really hard, and I didn't want to lose next turn. So I was doing some digging here. I was like, okay, dig. I went tap, boom, non-only. I draw one, I drop one. Right here, I needed to live. Right, I think because like I had an extended play to draw again, and that's where the live would have came into place. And so right here is that moment where if I had the live that I dropped earlier, I would have further extended by like banishing the front non-only and playing a draw one, drop one. Because like I was missing either 6 or 8-drop Lancelot. That's the unfortunate part about these decks, right? Is they ramp really well, but if they don't see their big bodies, it's like, it's kind of like game over. And that's the sucky part of it. Like when you're playing a ramp heavy deck, you're just kind of like digging, you're dig pro. And so, like if you don't see the bodies right away, you're just digging. And so like, look, he's doing the same thing I was doing, draw one, drop ones. I think we were laughing at this part. I was like, we're both just digging for like our bodies. And I was like, the one who sees it first like kind of gets it. He even banished to draw one and drop one again, which was kind of insane. We were both digging so hard, and he's like, all I need is a one. And I was like, yeah, all I need is one. So he specials the Lancelot, I believe. And I was like, oh no, he specialed the non-only. I didn't know why he did it, but he did it. Oh no, he pushed it back to try to interrupt my line. Okay, I remember now. Sorry. And he pushed it back to try to interrupt my line, and I was like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just specialed the lance, but I guess he had other things for the lance. And then I blocked the lance. He swings, I took it. Bada bing, bada boom, it was color. And I was like, yep, I have Suzaku to play. I was like, cool. I was like, now if I can only get a Lancelot, I was like, I have the raid target. I was like, I have everything I need. I push the 1-drop forward. I mean the 0-drop. I push her forward and I'm like, okay. Boom. I have the anomaly, draw 1-drop on, which I had last turn. If I had to live, that would have extended me. And right here, I draw the 8-drop here, I believe. But it comes too late, right? So I play it and I was like, unfortunately for you, I did find it. Boom, there it is. And I think something hits out of his life that just, it becomes unfortunate. We were kind of just clarifying. He was like, wait, how'd you put that Suzaku there if you didn't tap out? And I was like, from the color that you hit. And so that was the clarification there. We were all trying to figure it out. And yeah, I was thinking about attack patterns and how I was going to attack. I also needed to pop one, so I popped. I swung and I was like, are you going to take it? Or are you not going to take it? He decides to block. I swing with damage 2. And I believe this is the one that he takes because he knows he's going to block the other hit. There's a world where I didn't swing here and didn't give him +2 cards. See? Because he gets both the kaijus out of life right from that. He summons it, right? And I believe he kills the 35 Suzaku. Oh no, he kills her. And then boom. Yep. But now I know he has the cards, and I know that he can kill like my 6-drop, and he can kill my 8-drop. So I was like, damn, I'm in for it. I think there's a world where I didn't swing with 8-drop because I would have never gave him those kaijus, and I probably would have had another turn to kill him. It was my fault, really. I got greedy. Don't do what I do if you ever play, you know, the deck. It just, yeah. He was like, it's game. He's like, I'm gonna summon both of them. He's like, I'm gonna summon the other one. He's like, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. So, yeah, we're just figuring out how he's gonna do it. Luckily, this was a fun game and not a tournament game, but it's still, I had a really great time playing him. So he pushes up, he rests, boom. I was like, okay, he's generating. He was like, yep, now I gotta get to 8. So he goes, boom. Oh no, he didn't have to get to 8. All he had to get to was 6. Right, and I had asked him about it during the match, actually. I was like, why did he have to get to like 6 and not 8? Because he has 2 rested cards. As long as he has 2 rested cards, he gets to the 8-drop. The 8-drop becomes a 6-drop, which I think is really crazy. It's a crazy little mechanic. So he's trying to figure out how he's going to do everything here, because I believe that Kaiju 8, the 8-drop is 2 AP. Boom, he does that. He goes here, he rests. He goes, kill the 6-drop. I go, I get. And then he goes, okay, I have rested. Boom. He goes, here he comes. 8-drop. And I was like, sheesh. And then the 8-drop pushed back my 8-drop, and I was like, sheesh. I was like, how am I supposed to play around this? So he pitches to restand, and I was like, and give him impact, and I was like, yeah, this is game. He damaged 2'd, I blocked. He swung, I took. Unfortunately, nothing, and this right here kind of closes the game. And GG's.